Alright, I thought I'd better do this video in real time so you can see um, so you can see the truth. I just got back from the emergency room and it looks like my work season is done. I injured myself at work yesterday, and today I could not walk. And as soon as I got up this morning, I stood up. I bent down to grab something. I stood up, and a pain like I'd never felt shot through my leg, and my leg buckled, and I fell to the ground, and I could not stand up. And aside from the pain, I was hit with this idea, and maybe this is addiction, maybe it's not, but my brain told me, you are such a loser. How are you going to provide for your kids? There goes all your plans. What are you going to do, you know? And I crawled my ass back into my bus, and I sat for a minute in prayer. And I said, okay, God, what do I do? And the answer that I got was, use the tools that you've been taught. Use the tools that you've been taught for the last 20 years. Almost 19. I don't want to fucking lie. Use the tools that you've been taught for the last 19 years. And I called my friend. And I said, I'm laying here on the floor of my bus, and I'm not okay. Help. And and she let me tell her what was going on, and she offered some help for my physical pain. Put some ice on it and wrap it, and I whatever, try to make it feel better until you can get some help, and so that was helpful. But she listened to what my mind was telling me, and as I was talking about it, I was realizing that my brain was creating a big story around my fear. I'm afraid. That's the truth. I'm afraid. I'm afraid that I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to make money. I'm afraid that I'm going to be hurt. I'm afraid to disappoint people that, are counting on me at this job. And I'm afraid to disappoint my kids because we had plans for the money I was about to make, and I haven't even started the main season yet. And so I'm afraid. And when I said that, because that's the truth, when I said I'm afraid, I was able to talk through that, and I was reminded that I have, ever since I have surrendered my power to something greater than me, I have been okay. Actually, before that, in the midst of my addiction and my craziness, it's like I was sitting in the palm of someone's hand, sitting in the palm of the universe, if you will, man, and being carried along because there's some purpose for all that suffering, right? And so if I don't make this video and share with you the honest truth that's going on with me right now, then the suffering that I went through earlier this morning may not have a purpose, right? And so I made the phone call and I said I'm scared, and I asked for help, and those are tools that we use. After that, I made a couple more phone calls. I called someone who I knew has been going through a similar experience in their life. And so, in recovery, we call other people that are in recovery. And so, in my story of I'll never be able to work again, I called my friend who has been disabled for a long time. He hurt himself at work and he's been living life to the fullest with his disability, uh, and he's a strong guy who wants to work. And so I called him and I said, like, how do you get past the story? And I love my friends. I love that they're honest with me, right? Because he told me, he said, your head is going to mess with you for a while, man. He said, my head told me I was a loser for a long time because I couldn't work and I was relying on other people, and he said I felt like such a weak person, and he had to sit with that and come to a place where he understood that he's not, right? And so I leaned on somebody else's experience. And as I sit here today, and then I made the other calls and I went to the emergency room and you know what I mean? I got myself taken care of physically for as best as I could do for today. And, it was, you know, it's, at the end of the day, there's not much we can do. Here's a set of crutches, but I can't walk, and that's no good for the type of job that I do. So we'll see where this goes. But there is always a purpose, right? There's like nothing's wasted in the world of pure energy. Nothing is wasted in that light, right? And so I'm here to tell you that today, as I sit right now talking to you, I feel like everything's going to be okay. And I'm sure that I will go through a roller coaster of emotions as this thing unfolds. But isn't it wonderful to be able to rely upon the tools that we learn in recovery for any situation? So thank you guys for supporting me and yourselves. Please feel free to reach out if you want to talk. Thanks.